Public service announcement, family. Men who are in long-term relationships or married, my message is going to be directly to you. Okay? Stand your ground. Now, what do I mean by that? In general, when you get past about, let's say, 6 months, all the veneer, all the representative, man and woman, is knocked off, and the person's personality is revealed, and you have to deal with the quirks and some of the things you didn't know about, and you have to find out, is this workable for me? Can I handle this person's flaws? There's no perfect person. And the older you are in the game, you realize that everybody got blind spots and everybody got idiosyncrasies that are a little bit different than the other person. What happens to men a lot is that we start off looked at as a superhero by the woman. And then she tries to make you into the ordinary man over time. It's almost like Superman and Clark Kent, Spider-Man and Peter Parker. The man she falls in love with is usually Spider-Man. You're exciting. Y'all doing things. Everything's new. You've got all this energy. And as time goes on, she tries to turn you into Peter Parker. And this is when you have to stand your ground as a man. Conflict is unavoidable. And I've been there. I know what it's like. I know that feeling when your girl is going off and you just like, you know what, man? It's not even worth the energy. Or you know what, man? I'm just going to let it go because I don't want to hear her mouth. You lose that way. Do not be afraid to deal with arguments and conflict. And I'm not saying you sit back and yell and scream and act like the woman, but you have to put your foot down as a man and tell her, this is what I'm going to take. This is what I'm not going to accept. And if not, an inch becomes a mile, which becomes a marathon, and you find yourself a shell of the man that you once were. There's a lot of men out here in sexless marriages. There's a lot of men out here whose woman is generally beating them down mentally, emotionally. And at the end of the day, brother, that is not part of the process of your progress. So I would tell you, this is why, and another thing I'll tell you, man, is anyone that feels comfortable pushing you to do what they want you to do, if they know you don't want to do it, that's a sign of selfishness. We have to be on the same page. We have to be in an accord as man and woman. And if you have a woman that is fine with you doing something for her, even though she knows you don't want to do it, then that's a red flag, brother. And you have to address that. And you have to be firm and in your manhood, 10 toes down, chest out. If not, it'll reoccur over and over and over again. And the reason women test you and they habitually do things like that is because they have to be reminded that you are the man that they fell in love with. You are a masculine, strong man who stands on his square and will respect this woman but will not be disrespected. I always say, man, it's easier to be an asshole and then kind of dial it down and be a little bit more sensitive than come out being Mr. Goody-Goody and then try to be an asshole. It doesn't work. It's just like a teacher. If the teacher comes in and doesn't set a standard for what she wants for the students or what he wants for the students and lets them run all over them, you can't turn around and then turn into a tough guy. So men, I implore you to start standing your ground in these relationships. As men, as a collective, we need to get back to that. Because a lot of y'all, and I understand it, man, brothers, we love women. Men actually value love. And women love value in a lot of situations. So a woman will be quick to tell you what's on her mind. She'll be quick to tell you what problems she's got with you. But you, on the other hand, you want to let stuff slide. You keep letting things slide and your ass is going to slide to the bottom and be disrespected. So I'm telling you, men out there who've been in relationships, more importantly to men who are starting new relationships, every little thing you do and say, the woman is thinking and watching and reflecting. She wants the superhero you. She don't want the Peter Parker. She wants the Superman. She don't want Clark Kent. And she'll tell you she wants the ordinary guy, but she don't respect him. She wants a man that is on his square and that will stand and speak truth to power. Trust me when I tell you, brothers, you will save your time. You will save yourself a lot of heartache and headache, because you don't need that in your life. And for you to be the best man you can be, you need a woman who's respectful of your time, of your space, and what your purpose is. And if they're interrupting that and trying to throw you off and bring you into some emotional state of discord, then that's not to your benefit, brother. Masculine and feminine energy do not compete. They collaborate. So brothers, like I said, man, don't be afraid to address what's on your mind. Stand your ground.